I'll use these off. Okay, a function is a relationship between input and output. In a function, there's exactly one output for each input. Okay, some of y'all have done functions before, whether you realize it or not. How many of y'all are familiar with something called the pencil test or the vertical line test? Okay, most people refer to it in middle school as the pencil test. Okay, the reason I don't like to refer to it as the pencil test is because nothing tells you to hold your pencil vertically. Okay, so I call it the vertical line test because that's how you need to hold your pencil. Okay, if you hold your pencil horizontally, it doesn't work. Okay, but as long as you know that, it's fine with me either way. Okay, so there are several different ways that we can do functions. The first one is a table. And whenever we do tables, the calculator will show you tables. You will see a lot of tables on your EOC. Okay, the second one is a mapping. When you hear the word map, what do you think? What do maps do? Tell you where to go. They're directions, right? Okay, they give you a bunch of roads, and then you got to figure out which way to go to get from point A to point B. All right, that's what this does. There are arrows on our mapping. Okay, this tells me that -2 matches with 1. Okay, so that would be the ordered pair -2, 1. Is everybody with me? Okay, then it tells me that 0 goes to -1, so that gives me the ordered pair 0, -1. And then it tells me that 2 also goes to 1, so that will be the ordered pair 2, 1. Okay, back here at the table, it's basically a map without the arrows. They go with each other. Okay, the difference is, in a table, you do write the values more than once. Okay, in other words, you would list every x and you would list every y, no matter if it appears more than one time. So you see there's 2 1s right here. We wrote them twice in the table, but over here we just drew 2 arrows to that one. Okay, you don't have to write that one twice. Okay, an equation. This right here, does anybody know what f of x is the same as? Yes, it is the same as y. So this is the same thing as y equals 1/2 x squared minus 1. Okay, and then the third way that we can represent a function is a graph. Okay, so those are the fourth way. Sorry, those are the 4 ways that we have. Okay. All right, your domain are simply your x values. Okay, and then your range would be your y values. Okay, so the first set of numbers in the order pair. So in the order pair, x comes first. Okay, x is also your input. X is what you plug into the equation. And then what you get out of that, or your output, is your y. Okay? X is independent. We can choose any x, right? X is independent. Every one of us can choose a different one. But then our y depends on what x we choose. Okay? So y is a dependent variable. Right? Okay. So determine whether each one of these is or is not a function. Okay? So we're going to talk about the vertical line test. Okay? Remember, the vertical line test states that it cannot pass through that line how many times? It can only go once. If it goes more than once, it is not a function. Okay? And that means any vertical line you draw. So in other words, every vertical line I draw through this function should only go through there 1 time. Is that true? So this one is a function. All right, what about the second one? It's kind of hard to see on y'all's, I know, because of the way the graphs run. But what about the second one? No, and you only need one place that it does not work for it to be a no. Okay? All right, what about the third one? I hear no's and I hear yeses.
Well, what is the dot filled in the dot?
Will you tell me? Y'all remember when you used to graph on a number line? Like this? And then you shade or whatever? Like way on ago. Okay? What did the open circle mean? If this was 5, let's say. If I put an open circle at 5, what did that mean? Did it count 5? No. But if I close that circle in, do we count 5? Yes. Okay. So then what that's saying, okay, because right here's the, I'm guessing is the place y'all are looking at. Because it technically goes through that graph in 2 points, right? But one of them is open, so technically it is a function. If they were both closed, the answer would be no. Okay? All right, so that takes us to the fourth one here. Right here, both of these dots are closed, so that makes that a No. All right, what about the next one? Yep. And the last one? Okay, that is a yes. It's a little tricky on these because even though this line looks like it's going to be going straight, it doesn't actually. It'll always have some type of a curve to it, so that one is also a yes. All right, questions? Okay, so let's go back real quick to just look with me. Well, let's look at this one. This one right here. Okay, this first one right here. If I were to write these ordered pairs, what would this ordered pair right here be? Negative 2, 1, right? This one would be negative 1, 1, and then 0, 1. Okay, what about this one? 6, that's 6. All right, and then 1, 6, and then 2, 6, right? Okay, so looking at our ordered pairs, what do you think made it not a function? Okay, well, let me ask you this. If we think it's y values, let's look at, what's this point? 0, negative 3, right? What's this point? Do they have the same y value? Is it a function? Okay, so that was a great guess, y values, because we had a lot of the same y values, so that's a great guess. What do you think it could be now? X values. Look right here. You have 2 zeros in your x's, correct? And look what happened. That's the 2 points that made this fail the vertical line test. So in table format or in ordered pair format or in mapping format, your x's cannot repeat. You can have the same y value for 15 x's in a row. Okay? But your x's cannot repeat. So all we care about here are our x's. As long as all of those are different, is it a function? Yes. But the minute any of those repeat, what you think on that one? Yep. But the minute any of them repeat, the answer is no. Okay? Alright, so x's cannot repeat. That's your ultimate goal there. Alright, function notation just takes y and it turns it into f of x. Nothing else changes. Okay? So f of x and y are interchangeable. Okay, you can write either one. Usually if it is a function, we write f of x for the f representing a function of x. Okay, but if you were to write y instead of f of x, I won't waste my question, yes. Okay. Alright, x is your numbers in the domain and f of x represents the range. Okay, so for instance, if I choose 1 as my x, what would my f of x be? If I chose 1 for x, what would f of x be? Where would 1 go? If I'm choosing 1 for my x value, where would 1 go? In for x, so what's 3 times 1? 3 minus 8 is, so that would be the ordered pair 1, negative 5. Does everybody see that? Okay, and every one of us can choose a different x, and we'd all get different y's. Well, we might get the same y, it doesn't matter. It just depends on the problem. Okay? But x is what you choose, y depends on what you choose. Okay, y'all. These are called evaluating functions. And every year, for some odd reason, this is just typical. Okay? It is basically an advanced form of substitution. Okay? For instance, if I have a substitute in my class, am I here? No. Okay? So I go and the substitute is in. Okay? So when you're substituting things, you're going to take out something and put something in its place. All right? So the f of x equals negative 4x plus 7 is going to be our first equation. That's our first function. And now for that function, we're going to evaluate f of 2. So where do you think 2 is going to go? In for x, negative 4 times 2 plus 7. What is negative 4 times 2? Negative 8, and negative 8 plus 7 would give me negative 1. Okay? All right. Where do you think I should start on this second one? F of what? Okay, so we're gonna pretend. There's a shade around here somewhere. Okay, we're gonna pretend that plus 1's not even there. Okay, pretend it's not even there right now. Let's do f of negative 3. So that's going to be negative 4 times negative 3 plus 7, right? Okay, evaluate that and see what you get. At the end, it'll be there. Okay, so negative 4 times negative 3 was 12. And 12 plus 7 is 19. But I do still have this plus 1. So my final answer needs to be 20. But you do your f of's first. Okay? Complete them completely to one value and then move outside. Is everybody with me?
Yep.
Okay? Because even if there's a number in front of that, you don't want to start trying to distribute into your function. You want to get your function down to one value first and then move outside. Back to our next one. Okay, so what are we putting in here? For the first one. 4 goes everywhere you see what letter this time? T. Okay? And y'all, that's what, I mean, you see right here, they just took out T and put 4 in its place in the problem. So 16 times 4 squared plus 68 times 4 plus 2. All right. Let's see. 278. Yes. 60 times 4 is 240. 8 times 4 is 72. Oh, you added 2 at the end. Okay, that's fine. All right, so then that's going to give you, let's see, I'm trying to work out that one. All right, what do we get for the final answer? 530. All right, now, y'all better not be misleading me because I got a calculator in my hand. Okay, all right, now, for the next one here, okay, I told you the first thing you're going to always do is your h over your f over your g over whatever. So we're going to start right here with h of 1. So that's where I want you to start. 16 times 1 squared plus 68 times 1 plus 2. This one? Oh, well, no. But here's what people do that's wrong. Is they say, oh, 2 times h of 1 is going to be the same thing as h of 2. And that's not correct. All right, so that's going to give me 16 plus 68 plus 2, so that's what, 86? Okay, so h of 1 was 86, and then what do I need to do with that? Multiply it by 2, which gives me a final answer of 172. Okay, so you evaluate your h of, your g of, your f of, your b of, your a, whatever. Okay, whatever's out in parentheses, that's what you do first, and then you move from there. All right. Okay, new problem. And they will always give you the function. It's not like they're like, oh, just pick a random function and do g of 7. They're going to give you what the function is, okay? So 7x minus 2. So where am I going to start? All right, g of negative 2. So that's going to be 7 times negative 2 minus 2. What's 7 times negative 2? And negative 14 minus 2 is? All right, pay attention. Right, watch your signs there because I didn't use this subtraction sign. So it's 10 minus negative 16. What's going to happen to those two minuses? They're going to turn to a plus, so my answer should be 26. All right. You got these on your paper? All right. First thing I'm going to do is what? F of what? Negative 2. F of negative 2. So it's going to be 3 times negative 2 minus 4. What's 3 times negative 2? And negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10. Okay? Now we're going to go back and we're going to do F of 5. So 3 times 5 minus 4. That's going to be 11. And what sign was between those in the problem? A plus, so I'm going to keep the plus. And what is negative 10 plus 11? Positive 1. All right, y'all go ahead and try number 2 and number 3. All right. All right, let's see. F of 3 gave you 3 times 3 minus 4. So 9 minus 4 is 5. So 8 minus 5 is, in fact, 3. All right, what was F of 2? Well, F of 2 was 3 times 2 minus 4, so F of 2 was 2, and then 2 times 7 gave you 14. Okay? All right, so we good on those? All right, so flip it over on the back real quick, knock out some word problems, and then we'll do some whiteboard work, okay? All right, function notation is just write an equation in function notation. All right, Christina earns $7.50 an hour babysitting. Write an equation in function notation representing what she will earn if she works H hours. Y'all, this right here is how we know we're going to do function notation. Instead of T equals or C equals or Y equals, we're going to put F of H equals. Okay? And then how do we write $7.50 an hour? 7.50 H. Okay, so that means depending on how many hours she works is going to change our F of H, right? Our total she makes. And that's it. That's what function notation is. It's taking an equation and writing with an F of so whatever letter they tell you. Okay, Fred makes a flat salary of $50 plus $9.75 an hour. Write a function representing what he will earn if he works H hours. So what's our left side of the equation going to look like? F of what? H equals, all right, I heard it, $9.75 per hour, right? Are we done? Plus the $50 that he gets if he shows up. Okay, so it's just a regular equation like we were writing earlier this year already. Okay, it's just instead of using C or T or whatever, we're using F of whatever letter that it's dependent on. Okay? The function h of t equals 450 minus 16t represents the height of a ball in feet that's dropped from 450 feet after t seconds. Y'all listen to me carefully. When you see word problems on your EOC, the majority of the time, half of the words in the problem are just telling you what the equation means. Okay? This whole first sentence is just saying this equation means these things. That's all it's saying. Okay? The next sentence, what will the height of the ball be after 2.5 seconds? 2.5 goes in for what letter? T. So the height of the ball after 2.5 seconds is going to equal 450 minus 16 times 2.5. 32 plus 8, 40, 410. seconds is 410 feet. Okay? All right. This is where your calculator skills need to, some of you need to be refined. The new calculators help you out a little bit, but the older calculators, you can mess this up really bad. All right, the population of a bacteria in a lab sample after n hours is modeled by the function f of n equals 60 times 2 to the n minus 1. How many bacteria are in the population after 6 hours? Okay, where does 6 go? For n. Y'all, I would love it. This just makes me happy. If when we go to our calculator, if we don't type in 6 minus 1, because we already know that 6 minus 1 is 5, it would make your life a lot easier if you just type in 60 times 2 to the 5th. Okay? We all know that 6 minus 1 is 5. 60 times 30 is 180. What is it? 192. 1920. Yeah, because 60 times 30 is 1800. And 60 times 2 is 120. So 1800 plus 120 is 1920. Okay, now, again, what did it ask you? Here's what everybody's doing right now. You're reading, you're like, f of 5, and then what are you going to do? You're going to go to your calculator, right? And you're going to type in f of 5, right? You're going to type in 5 for t. Okay? Did it ask you what is the value of f of 5? What did it ask? What's the meaning of the value of f of 5? They don't care what the actual value is. Okay, but go ahead and find it for me. Find f of 5 real quick. Type it in. 12,750 times 1.085 to the 5th. What we got? Okay. What is that? What is 19171.62? How many years? So the value of f of 5, its meaning is the amount of the investment after 5 years. Okay? It didn't ask me what is that amount. It said what does that mean? So that number that you get is just going to be the amount you have after 5 years. Okay? If it asks for f of 12, it'll be the amount you have after 12 years. Okay? It didn't actually ask for the amount. By the way, the non-multiple choice part of your EOC, it's not going to show up with stuff where you have to like type a whole sentence. It's going to be numbers. So this would obviously not be fill in the blank. This would have to be a multiple choice where they would have different options for what the meaning stands for. Okay. Y'all got these? All right. Okay. These are what we call composite functions. I love these. No, okay. You're going to start. If I gave you, don't write this, just pay attention. If I gave you like the ones we did at the very beginning of school where it was like, right, you remember those? Where did you start? In the inside parentheses, right, the 6 plus 8. You're going to do the same thing with functions. We're going to start on the innermost part. So the first thing I need to do is find out what is g of 3. So I'm going to put 3 into which function? X for which function though? G. G of 3. So I'm going to put 3 here. 2 times 3 plus 1. And what is 6 plus 1? Okay, so G of 3 turned into 7. Am I done? No, what's in front of it still? An F. So now they want me to find the value of F of 7. So where am I going to put 7? In the for the f function. So 7 minus 8. What is 7 minus 8? So my final answer is negative 3. Is everybody with me? Okay, start inside, move outside. Okay, well, once you find out what g of 3 is, then replace it with that value. Okay, so I replaced g of 3 with 7. All right, try that. All right, what you think? What you think? How many of you think negative 5? Oh, not hand. How many of you think 13? Okay, do me a favor, real quick, just to show you what I'm talking about. In your calculator, without parentheses, type in negative 3 squared plus 4. Without parentheses, just type negative 3 squared plus 4. What'd you get? You got negative 5. Now put it in parentheses. Negative 3 in parentheses squared plus 4. And you got 13, okay? So you have to make sure that if you're using your calculator, y'all, that you put that in parentheses. I would love for you not to use your calculator. You to just know that negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9, and 9 plus 4 is 13. Please don't become so dependent on those, y'all, because I'm telling you, a third of your final is without it. A third of your final is without it. You can't, there's no way to cheat through that. Okay, at home you might use your calculator and I don't know it. Okay, but that's not going to happen on the EOC. Alright, we good? Alright, let's